Snowfall was just picked up for season 6.
Jamming, Jerome.
The Yard Father.
Yes, the Yard Father.
The Yard Father. Jamming, Jerome. All them damn
Season
speakers.
6, man.
Talk to us about that.
It feels good, man, you know, to know that this started with a vision from John Singleton, the rest of the producers, FX, they fostered that relationship with us. You know, we started off slow. Everybody knows that. And we built up to where now we're one of the more popular shows on television.
The show.
So that means a lot to me. 6 seasons means that we get to see a beginning, middle, and end to the story. So I'm just ecstatic to see how this all ends, you know?
As the show continues to grow, obviously your character has continued to grow in a major way.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that process.
You got to squabble to get your character development, right? You got to squabble as a black man to get some character development. No, I'm just happy that the writers have chosen to keep me around this long. You know, we're talking about stuff that really affected our communities for real, honestly. So even though there's this part of me that's kind of fun and charismatic part of it, this is indicative of what we know from the neighborhoods that we come from.
Right.
Where you're not promised
tomorrow.
So the fact that I'm still around, the fact that there's something about this character that still gives some sort of something to the story, whether it's a poetic justice to it, we'll see, you know, how it ends with Jerome, whether he, you know, but more than likely this is a tragedy. And as much as you feel the charisma and all of the things and you get connected to the character, there's also the price that's paid for the life that you live in. So I always think about that, and we'll see how it ends, you know.
Have you guys started shooting season 6 yet?
We're not on season 6. It'll probably end up this fall, fall of 2022.
One thing I love about your character, since we're speaking about it, I think it's easy for guys to come up in our different demographic to relate, because it was always one guy that you knew was actually putting in work, but he had a heart of gold. You know what I'm saying? He cared about the neighborhood. He cared about the people around. Even though he was in that life, he still had the heart enough to know what he was doing, but cared about people and still gave game to the youth. And those guys in the neighborhood had more respect than anybody, than the mayor, than anybody growing up in those neighborhoods. So a lot of people can relate to Uncle Jerome just from being from the areas we come from.
Yeah, and I also think that, like, the character wasn't trying to make his nephew be him. He realized sometimes if you really got an OG, they know that, like, bro, you got a different path.
Yeah.
Like, I just sent my nephew, real life, off to a college tour that he was able to go to, like, 3-4 HBCUs. Like, that's a little different than my walk.
Absolutely.
You feel me? And we want to see people that have potential be able to actualize that. So I feel like this Unc, he's like, look, nephew, you didn't have to do it like this, but now, wow, you show me that you can make money in a total different way. You flipped the game. And I feel like Unc got a little intoxicated with that. You know, that he was able to be like, okay, I can get off my 4 squares and turn this into something else. So I think we always got to remember that part too, that just because the OG is there, that doesn't mean you need to follow. Sometimes the OG is trying to give you a leg up on a whole different reality.
Yeah, and a lot of times try not to let you make the same mistakes that they made.